I don't even need to tell you this. But Shadow of the Colossus is one of the greatest games of all time to this day. The fact that this is a PS2 game baffles me. It's incredible. From when you first walk and see that first colossi just scale across the land, come on now. There's no other game like it. I think Shadow of the Colossus is a really a one of a kind of game, and it's a game I think everybody should play. But we're not here to do a Let Me Geek Out today. I'm switching it up, and we're doing a rank the colossi because I'm wondering if everyone feels the way I feel. So let's just do it. Let's start it here. Okay, this is how we're gonna rank them. We're gonna rank them off design. I think that's important. Design, the arena you fight them in, how you fight them, and how fun it is to fight them, and how cinematic the moments feel fighting them. Because this is a very cinematic game, especially for the PS2. So that is how we will rank them. I hope y'all agree. Leave in the comments what y'all think y'all rankings are, what your rankings are, or if you agree with me. I think some of you will agree with me, especially if I go deep in detail and explain. But let's do it. Boo! This one stinks. Okay. Number 16, we starting with the Colossal Barasan. Don't. Anyways, I call him because it stinks fighting him. You have to wait for the geysers to flip him over. And I have patience, but I didn't really have as much fun fighting this one. Because especially since you have to wait for the geysers to... Now, how you beat them, like, thought process-wise, is cool. It's just the execution wasn't all that. The arena was boring, and his design's just okay. So that's why we got him at 16. And, like, every time I replay this, I don't look forward to fighting him. Not at all. And then Aggro, he just tripping. I mean, he a PS2 horse. You only can do so much for him. This is so not original. We got Argus as 15. And the reason Argus is so low, one, this is the fight you give us before the final boss. Well, yeah, I'm tripping. Yes, before the final boss. And then he's just okay. Like, you just gotta wait on him and slowly climb, and his design's okay. And I don't think he's really all that. Like, he's kind of boring. He's kind of boring to fight. And I remember you gotta catch his hand, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. At 14, we got Pelagia. I'm gonna butcher so many names this video. Just bear with me. But Pelagia, once again, it's just a slow fight. It's a very slow fight, but it's unique. You jump on his head and you hit the little dongs on his head, and that's the direction he goes. And then you jump on the thing. He shoots lightning bolts at you, and then you have to make him rise up. You jump on his chest and poke him. And you got to do it depending on how fast you are in this game. 2 or 3 times. It's just very slow paced. And it's one of the weaker water fights in this game. So that's why I got him at 14. And just, oh God, just sitting and waiting on him to walk all the way to the platform. Maybe I'm a little impatient, but I promise you I have patience. Sail Ogia. What are we at? 14? We're at 14. Okay, Sail Ogia. This fight and concept is cool. It just, it feels like it doesn't work sometimes. Like, once you get the torch together, we got to make him knock down the torch. And you know, the main character, he takes forever to get up. Sometimes you get stun locked in the corner. He just keeps knocking you down. Then you get the torch. And sometimes he doesn't respond well to the torch. But then you finally make him fall down. And then you can stab him while you're riding him. If you're good at the game, you can do it before he gets back to the top. But he just moves so fast and frequently, it gets more annoying than cool fighting him. So that's my one gripe with him. Well, that's my big gripe with him. But just the beginning where you're trying to figure out what to do, and then you do figure out what to do, but he just keeps knocking you over and over. And the Wanderer just, is that his name? Lord have mercy. The Wanderer, he just keeps getting knocked down over and over again. You're just like, ah. At 12, we got Malice. And the reason I got Malice at 12, because one, it's a very beautiful cinematic final fight. Like, running to him, first having to like make your way to him as he attacks you on his way to him is very cinematic and beautiful. It may be annoying. That's why he's at 12. It may be annoying. And he can be kind of confusing when you start climbing him, and then the game punishes you hard because you get all the way to the top, you can fall all the way back down to the bottom of him. But the rain and the climbing him slowly, it's a great final boss in my opinion. But I can see why people are kind of annoyed by it. Oh my god! Another thing that's unoriginal, Mr. Boss. But we got Barbara. I'm gonna call him Barbara. Uh, he looks just like the first Colossi. So, but all you do is go hide in a little hidey hole. He peeks in there and goes, ooh, like what Blueface say, I'm gonna get you. And then you jump on his beard, his Odin's beard. And then you just poke him. You find a spot and poke him. I don't think that one was pretty creative. I'll give it to him for the arena. But yeah. At number 10, we got Fideria. And Fideria, the only flaw I have with this fight is that sometimes the AI just doesn't respond well because it is a PS2 game. But I kind of find the concept cool that it sees you and you go in another hole and it's looking for you down there and you come out the other end and jump on it and poke it. Ain't too much to say about Fideria. But that's it. At number 9, we got Quadratrio. Jesus. Whatever his name is, for a second fight in the game, it's a great fight. It leads you into more of using your bow. He puts his little footsie up and you hit him in his toes and you're like, and then you gotta run and climb him in time. For a second fight, it's good, it's simple, and I like the arena. It's the first desert arena you'll fight in. And I like that the game shows you like, oh, look, you killed him earlier. Look, he's covered in sand now. I like that detail. So we give him plus points for that. Even though yeah. This is when you will hear me hype everything up from now on. Number 8, Valis. He's the first Colossi you come across. I keep almost saying Titan because I'm rewatching Attack on Titan right now. But Valis, he's the first Colossi you come across. And he's a perfect intro. When you first climb that hill and you see him slowly come across, you start to think to yourself, I ain't gonna lie, he mind his business. So why are we bothering him? But you're just trying to get your little bow thing back so you don't care about others' well-being. So, but I think it's a great intro. You poke him in his ankles and then you climb and you hit him with that in his head like 2-3 times. You hit him with a At number 7, we got Kuromari. I think this is one of the most unique fights in the game. Well, one of, like I said, because you shoot him to have him climb the wall. He's a little gecko thing. And then you shoot him in his feet. He falls down. And one thing I like doing, which this is also a peak arena in the game as well. But one thing I like doing is jumping down from the highest point. And when he lands, you land on top of him. And if you're quick enough, you can really one-cycle him. But I think this is peak. I just like the concept of it being a gecko and then you shoot it down and you poke it in his tummy wummy. So, yeah, we got Kuromari at 7. At 6, we got Dirge. Not Dirge or Cerberus, not that game. Ew. But Dirge, to me, he's one of the most disturbing looking ones. Even in a remaster, I don't like how his face looks. And it's crazy because you have to look at his face. But the concept of fighting him is very cool. He swims in the sand and you get on aggro, and he's following you and you gotta aim back and shoot his eyes and then move out the way and you can crash into the wall. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, you feel like in a movie in that moment. That's very cool. Whoever thought of that, clap, 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 clap. I really like that fight. That concept of being chased and blinding him, it's very cool. At number 5, we got Hydrus. I don't really know how the fan base feels about Hydras, but I really like Hydras for the concept. Okay, swimming in this game is it feels slow, but I don't know something about jumping on the Hydras and then he goes in the water and you gotta hold on for dear life as he's just swimming underwater and he climbs up. You gotta hurry and run across. And you got the he got the lightning things on his back. You gotta dodge that and you're stabbing him and he just goes back underwater. You gotta hold on. Something about it just feels so cinematic. It feels very cool. And I think you're gonna see what my top five is based off this. So stay tuned. Look, mother, it's a ferocious dog. Okay, Zenobia, he is very fun to me. He is the one small Colossus that I actually enjoy fighting. You get his attention and you make him crash into the pillars and then you're jumping across each pillar and then you get the final pillar to knock down on him. I think this is a peak arena and peak concept. The only thing is I got him at 4 because his AI sometimes don't listen. You just hitting him with arrows and he just act like you're not there. But other than that, I kind of like fighting him, like having the pillars drop down him and all that. Very fun time. Number 3, Gaius. Look, he basically has a sword. Let's start there. That gives him all the plus points ever. And then his arena, top arena in the game, because it's a circle arena, like, and you both have swords, and it just feels like you're about to clash. And when he slowly emerges towards you, and then he swings it down, and you make him break his weapon, and then you climb on him. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. They did that. I can't lie. They did that. He has a sword. That's why he's top 3. For number 2, we have Avion, and let me tell you why. So this is when we're gonna get real deep real fast, all right? You're sitting on the pillar. Avion's minding his business. You shoot the arrow at him. He notices you. He soars in the sky and he slowly emerges down, soaring down towards you. You see the water rippling up, and then you know you have to time this. You time the catch. Huh. You grab it. Huh. You in the air. You're flying in the air. He's trying to flap you off. You're holding on for dear life. You're running at each wing. You stab at each wing, and then you make him soar down and fall into the water. Oh my God. And the moment that really gets me is when the music slowly come in and the jumping and catching him part, that really does it for me so much. And then you're soaring in the winds. And this is why you already know what my number 1 is. Number 1, the greatest colossi in this game, and it's off of just pure cinema. It's pure cinema. It's absolute cinema. This is such a gaming moment. It's such a moment that's stuck in my brain forever. Phalanx, when he first emerges, and you gotta ride aggro, you gotta shoot down the sacks to make him fly down lower, and you see his wings soaring through the sands, and you gotta ride closer to him, and the music's coming in. It's like dun, dun, dun. It feels like you're just on an adventure, and then you have to jump. You gotta make the risky jump to grab his wings before he flies back up. He flies back up. He's spinning. He's doing a barrel roll, barrel roll, barrel roll. You gotta hold on, and you gotta run across his body and stab him, and then he soars back down and he goes deep in the sand, so you gotta jump off. And I don't care, man. This fight meant something to me. It made a tear come down a man's eye. How cinematic. This was PS2 days. I know somebody that had a PS2 back in the day was tripping off this, and then seeing Blue Point's remake on this. Oh my gosh, such a moment. Such a moment. It's one of my favorite gaming moments of all time. How cinematic it feels. Even when I watch people play it on YouTube and they get to that moment, they get hype. You cannot tell me this is not the best Colossi in the game. But that is it. I enjoy you sitting here listening to me yap, and I hope that you. I don't really like telling people to like and subscribe. I don't like telling people what to do. But if you want to, if you enjoy your time here, please do. And I really appreciate y'all for listening. I just like talking, and I like hearing what people got to say as well. Thank you for listening.